Midterm, and we'll be creating a magazine cover. It's not going to take long on my end, and once you get the steps down pat, you should be fairly easy. Not easy as easy, but should be able to understand more and more as you go. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, and we're going to open up Photoshop. And this magazine cover, this is what the end result is going to be from the magazine cover I created from scratch. And this will be an 8.5 by 11. And I simply took a picture of me and put the words in the back, put words here, put a barcode on, website address, and a tagline and a subtitle line right there. So we're going to start off by first creating a new document. The way we do that, we go to File, go to New, and we're going to, instead of pixels, we're going to go to inches. And this particular magazine cover is going to be 8.5 by 11. It's going to be 8.5 by 11. The resolution of 300. You can name it if you want to right now. And I'm just going to put Midterm. Midterm magazine cover. Then we'll go to create. Now, usually the way I like to start off is I like to pull my line to the middle, that line to the middle of the page, so everything will be centered. So that's what I did now. Just put my line to the center, and the guideline is there. Now, I've got a couple of pictures. I'm going to add the background first, then I'm going to add the picture of me, then I'm going to add the barcode, and then we'll do the text on the back end right here. So I'm going to open up a couple of files. First file I'm going to open up is, I'm going to go to my Remington folder and communication design and my midterm. And these are the files that I want to open up. I'll open up all three of these files, just the picture of me, the barcode, and the background image right here. So I'll just open up all three of those at the same time. Click on open. And if you got a picture, this one right here is already cropped out and everything. So the only thing I do is just move it over. But if you got a picture of you or whatever, what product, service, or whatever, you can easily go to in your properties. It will allow you to remove the background if you want to do it that way. Now, fortunately for me, the background is already removed, so it's not going to give me that option right now. So, but if you want to, if you have something in the background, you can always go to the options in your properties, and it will show you remove background, which is right here under the quick actions. I'm gonna slide the let's see, we got the barcode here, and we got the background image right here. I'm gonna move this over. Just click on, just drag onto this file right here, the new file, and it will put the background on there. I'm gonna go ahead and close this file out since I've already got it. And I wanna take it down just a little bit so you can grab any one of these points right here. I like to grab in the middle right here, pull it this way, and pull it this way. And we've got our background on our canvas. Now I'm trying to make it a good practice to go ahead and save it so that way if something shuts down, you won't have to worry about losing all your information. So put it in my folder and call it Midterm Magazine Cover, which I already renamed, and we go to save. And we're going to click maximize compatibility, and then I click OK, and we've got our background here. Now I'm going to put my picture in here. So I'll go back to my file, do the same thing you've been doing with the other ones. Just click hold, drag it over, and drop it in. Now you want to start out with a high resolution file. So This right here is a high resolution file, which I've already scaled down. You can adjust it a little bit, give you a little room to adjust it. But in this case, I don't really have to do anything to it. What I do want to do is I want to put, if you look at my file, there's a little drop shadow on the back side right there. So I guess I'll put that in there. And the way I do that, if you want to go ahead and label your files while you're at it too, label your layers rather. I'm gonna double click. I'm gonna name this one background. Enter. And then on this layer 2, just double click on it, and I'm gonna put me. Right click on it to get this drop shadow. Go to blending options. And once you go to blending options, you want to click on drop shadow. Check that. Make sure the file is selected before you start making adjustments to your drop shadow. If you just started just moving this stuff up here, it's not going to work because right now you're on the blending options tab right here. You got to make sure whatever you're working on, what layer you're working on, as far as the blending options, that layer has to be selected. So now we can go ahead and start adjusting our drop shadow right now. So we'll pull it out just a little bit that way on the spread. And I want to take the opacity down just a little bit so it won't be so obvious. And it's going to give you if you want to preview it, make sure this preview box is checked right here. Then once you got everything the way you want it to, then you can move this dialog box so you can see your image. Just click OK, and we've got the picture now. Now let's go ahead and put in so far so good. Now we want to go ahead and put our and I'm gonna close this image of me out. I'm gonna put my barcode in here. Do it the same way you've been doing everything else. Click hold, drag it over, lower right hand corner. And so what I want to do is I want to put a small white box around it to make it look like it has a border. So I'll make sure that my color picker is selected white. Click on my rectangle tool. And I got to make sure that this does not have a, let me move this out of the way. Make sure that this is 0 because if I leave it at 15, it's gonna have a curved box, which you can do, but I just want a perfect rectangle. So 0, and I can draw it out perfectly around here. Now, as you see, this box is covering my barcode. And the way that I would set the barcode on top, I can take this rectangle one, click, hold, and drag it down because that's how layers work right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and rename this my barcode. And I want to rename this one just rectangle. That's fine. And if I want to line it up perfectly, I want to select my rectangle layer, hold my control key down, select my barcode where both of these layers are selected. Go up here in my alignment tool, hit my vertical line, and then hit my horizontal line in the center. As you see, it lines everything up right here. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. And I'm gonna go to my other page. So everything is looking okay right now. Now we can go ahead and start putting in text now. I'm going to put in the Vogue text. And so I'll simply go to my text tool, horizontal text tool, click anywhere, in all caps, BOGUE. And the text I want to use, the font I want to use rather, is Bodoni. So I can go here, type in Bodoni, it should bring it up. And do I want bold or do I want just the regular? I think I just want the regular. Now that I've got my Vogue in here, I want to resize it. And I can go right here. If I know the number, I'm going to click on 150. I want to kind of move the text, the lettering a little bit. So I want to move the text, the letters closer to each other. So I'm going to go to my vertical alignment and I'm going to make it -25. Let's bring me in just a little bit closer. About right there is perfect for me. And I want to make sure that the bold stretches from this end to this end of the magazine cover. I click on it, enlarge it this way. Use my roller, I can adjust the font size and bring it down just a little bit. Now, right now, the Vogue is on top. So what I want to do is, in order to get me on top of the bold, on top of the text, I would simply I can either move me up or I can just move the Vogue down, which I think I moved the Vogue down. So just click, hold, drag, um, adjust that, pull it down right behind, right below me. And as you see, the Vogue is on the bottom and I'm on top. It'll make me just a little bit bigger. And right now, so far, so good. Go to file, go to save. And it should be a regular practice right now. And let's add in these, I can close my barcode file out. And I want to put in Robert Powell, and then I want to put in the sample magazine cover, and then my website address. So before I start doing that, I want to make sure that the text, the layer that's selected, is above all that. So I just select the very first um, layer right here. Let's see, it's going to be Robert Powell sample magazine cover. So just select the horizontal text tool again. In all caps, I'm going to put in my name. And this particular font is Montserrat. So let me look for that particular font. It's right here. And I want to make it a bold. Make it bold on my other file. Oh, it's a little less than bold. So we're going to take it down to, instead of it being bold, we're going to make it semi-bold. And with that being said, I want to also adjust the leading, the vertical alignment, I mean, just a little bit like that. Now, sometimes if you've got it like right here, the P gets lost on the white right here. So I want to just create a drop shadow on that. So I'm gonna move this directly to the center, go down just a little bit, right click on it, blending options. I want to select my drop shadow again. And I want to make it adjust this right here, make my opacity of the drop shadow a little bit darker. See, now the P doesn't get lost now. And click OK. But zoom back out. This is what we have so far. Now, instead of me going to the text tool again, I can simply click on this text right here. Click, hold my shift and my Alt key down, and I can duplicate this layer by doing so. Yep, duplicating the wrong layer. Let me make sure I hold my Alt and Shift key down. That doesn't want to act right. Okay, so what I will do is I go ahead and select my text tool and just type in sample magazine cover. Open it, and I want to triple click and select the whole thing. Bring it down a bit. All the way down. And I want to adjust the vertical alignment. I'm going to make it 0. And I want to make it a medium italic. I zoom in, making sure everything is centered. Make sure your points line up with the guideline. And I zoom back out again. We're almost there. I want to add my website address and I want to add my little phrase here. But first, of course, I'm going to save it. And once it finishes saving, go to my lower left-hand corner, go back to my text tool, and add my website address. I don't want to make all this lowercase, so take my caps off. And I want to make this font. We're going to make it extra bold, but we're going to make it a lot smaller. So we'll make it about 16. And kind of put it right here. Okay. One last thing, I'm going to add just a little bit piece of text right here that says, anytime you're putting barriers up in your life, you're limiting yourself. So I have a text file I'm going to copy that from. I'll just copy it from here. Copy it. Use my text tool. Zoom in. Draw a small box right here. And I will, if I already copied it, so I'll just paste it. Select all. Make the font size way smaller. Change my font size to Montserrat, and this is gonna be a regular italic or medium italic, just regular italic. And I will change the font size. And it should be good right there. Adjust it how you see need fit. And cement it right there. And this is pretty much it. Came close. And you can always adjust the background if you want to. See, it's a little bit dark on the other one right there. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. File, save. And I want to, if you want to turn in the Photoshop file, you can. If not, I'm simply fine with the PDF or the JPEG. So you can flatten it, file, save as. I'm gonna save that to JPEG and a PDF. So JPEG here, and file, save as, and the file type will be PDF. If I can find it. Photoshop PDF. Okay. Save. Okay. Save PDF. And we're good to go. So if you got any questions, just let me know. And we can go from there.
I don't think I had any questions. I think I found out what I was doing wrong because the image I was getting already had a background. So when I would take the letters and put them behind the image how I was doing,
Okay.
it would put it behind the background, and that's what I was having trouble
Okay.
understanding.
Gotcha.
And I seen that I guess I'm just when I would go and do it at home, I would forget that everything needs a layer, so
Yeah.
it could like be behind and not behind the image.
Right.
I think that's what I was having trouble understanding. Cause I was like, man, I can't get it. Like even if I turn the opacity down, it's still, on top of the person that I'm doing. It's not behind them. So I know that's not right. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And it just always ended up behind the background, and I just didn't realize that person needs a layer, the background needs a layer, so it can end up behind the person, but on top of the background instead of underneath the background.
Gotcha.
So I think that's what because I stopped. I didn't even try to like put anything else on top of it because I was like, if I can't get the thing right, I don't want to just start putting stuff on top of the person if I can't get that right. But none of my stuff saved anyway, so I just restarted.
I gotcha.
And plus, I guess restarting it, the little progress it did have with Photoshop, it just restarted installing it anyway.
Okay.
Because everything else was still, it didn't jump straight to installing it on the laptop.
Sometimes it's good to just label your layers
Mm-hmm.
or name your layers, and then that way you'll see what's what. Especially if you're dealing with multiple layers, and sometimes if you don't know starting off, then you'll have a layer that's behind whatever, as opposed to you naming it, and then once you name it, then you can see what's actually on that layer based on the name itself. So,
Okay.
so I would do that, and then you should be good to go. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I am going to stop recording.